I have a take on Angel Reese that I'm sure will trigger a bunch of people.
Let's hear your take.
But I think Angel Reese, and I'm saying this with my chest out, I think she's quit.
It is over. The Angel Reese experiment in Chicago has officially collapsed. Before you hear another media talking head try to spin this, you should look at the evidence they are ignoring. This is more than just a slump. This is a complete franchise breakdown. The so-called cornerstone is what holds the matches together. Angel Reese is stuck in basketball purgatory and is about to commit the biggest mistake of her career. While the WNBA marketing machine feeds you a fairy tale, the truth is a 9:30 train wreck, an organization named the worst in the league by its own players, and a star actively preparing her exit. This is the story of how the WNBA's most overhyped star made war on her own team, and why her desperate attempt to run ends in a devastating, humiliating defeat. Buckle up, for the truth is about to be revealed.
What? Excuse me? Let me make sure I'm understanding you correctly. WNBA media is so desperate to make Angel Reese a huge star. Their level of desperation is so high. They want you to accept her so badly that they're actively celebrating failure?
The Chicago Sky is a dumpster fire. Let's not sugarcoat this. With a 9-30 record, they are now the league's laughingstock. A franchise circling the drain quicker than Angel Reese's declining field goal percentage. This is the same team that won a championship only 4 years ago, and it is now reduced to rubble. And when your own peers, the WNBA's players, pick your organization the worst run in the league, you know it's more than simply a lousy season. It's a systemic cancer. And at the core of this chaos is Angel Reese, the player they were supposed to build around. But rather than being a leader, she has become the principal cause of the disorder. Her fury has reached a boiling point, and the proof is plain. She wants to get out. It began with mysterious social media messages about colleagues departing and transactions happening. But then came the shocking revelation, a message buried in plain sight. P.S. Making decisions for yourself is a liberating experience. This is not the language of a dedicated franchise player. That is the final desperate signal flare from someone who is already mentally checked out and is plotting her escape route. And if you think her silent resignation is awful, wait till you see how she treats her coaches and teammates behind the scenes. The disdain is so evident that it will stun you. Reese's relationship with the coaching staff has entirely deteriorated. Teresa Weatherspoon, the head coach who recruited her, was sacked. Instead of seeing it as a professional wake-up call, Reese's passionate social media posts revealed that she interpreted it as a personal attack. The first indication of a player who values her sentiments over franchise stability. Now, under new coach Tyler Marsh, things have become even worse. There have been rumors of her being openly disobedient in huddles, but it was all caught in one viral, nasty moment. During a key timeout, Angel Reese slapped a clipboard from an assistant coach's hands. Let that sink in the heat of the moment. When the coaching staff is attempting to devise a play to save the game, her instinct is to strike out in the most disrespectful manner possible. She is so consumed by her own negative attitude that she physically undermines her coach. This is not a competitor. This is a toxic asset that is polluting the whole organization. But the toxicity does not end with the coaches. Her own teammates have had it. The evidence is all over the game tapes. Pay close attention. Sky players will purposefully take a contested shot or even a shot clock violation rather than throw the ball to Reese. When your teammates refuse to feed you, the locker room is irreparably damaged. The tipping point came when veteran Elizabeth Williams had to publicly address the team's turnover issue while sitting next to Reese in a press conference. It was a clear, not-so-subtle dig at Reese's league-leading 4.7 turnovers per game. Not only is the chemistry terrible, but it is also radioactive. This type of behavior is not new. This is Angel Reese's playbook. When things get rough, she runs away rather than fighting. Remember her college years? She transferred from Maryland to LSU. The second phase proved more tough. Critics have correctly dubbed her the Queen of Quit. And we're seeing it again on a professional level. Her mystery back ailment occurred just as the Sky season went entirely off the tracks. She missed important games for weeks on end, and the organization was unable to provide a precise diagnosis or schedule. It appears to be a purposeful, self-serving absence rather than a medical requirement. But this is when the story takes an interesting and ironic turn. What happens when the Queen of Quit attempts to flee and realizes her kingdom is worthless? Angel Reese is about to undergo a terrible reality check that will determine her entire career. The hard truth is that her market value is far from what her ego feels it is. She's averaging average points while shooting only 44%. Her turnovers have almost doubled. The most damning statistic of all is that the team performs better without her on the floor. These are not the numbers that cause bidding wars. These are the numbers that prompt general managers to hang up the phone. League insiders have confirmed this. Her trading worth is really low. Yes, she is a good rebounder, but her offensive game is a disaster. But the true issue isn't her statistics or rookie deal. It is her attitude. It is the luggage. Smart firms do not sell precious assets for locker room malignancies who quit when things get rough, rip clipboards from coaches' hands, and bring their own social media drama. Her individual success has never translated into team success, and every head office in the league recognizes the pattern. The contrast with other young celebrities is embarrassing. Look at Caitlin Clark. She has endured severe physical play, media attention, and the pressures of carrying a franchise, all while retaining a level of professionalism and dedication that Angel Reese can only dream of. While Clark is setting records and uplifting her entire squad, Reese is trademarking her flaws and fighting with her own teammates on social media. The maturity gap is more like a canyon. The final irony is that the Chicago Sky Group appears to be calling her out. They are not going out of their way to make her happy. They're not making huge trades to create the perfect little bubble for her. They're quietly moving on, focusing on developing guys who genuinely want to be there. They have figured out what the rest of the league already knows. Angel Reese is not a franchise cornerstone. She is a statistic accumulator. She is a brand. And in a league where winning is everything, brands do not lead to titles. The Sky's marketing is an excellent example of this misconception. They lost 79-69, and the franchise had the guts to tweet a graphic identifying Angel Reese as the game's MVP. When your team loses, you cannot be the best player in the game. The culture of glorifying failure has destroyed the company from the inside out. They are so desperate to boost her image that they have forgotten the primary aim of professional sports: to win. So, what happens now? Angel Reese is facing a career-defining decision. She may either humble herself, accept the challenge of rebuilding the mess she helped make, and mature into a true professional, or she can force her way out of Chicago, only to find that the grass isn't greener. She may end up on a team with less media attention, fewer marketing deals, and a coach who will not accept her toxic behavior for a single second. For a player whose game is predicated on hype rather than substance, she might discover that being the big fish in a small, dysfunctional pond was the best it could get. The whole story is a test of Angel Reese's capacity to be a real winner. As of right now, the verdict has been rendered, and she is not prepared to hear it. I must then ask, is Angel Reese the primary source of the disorder, or is she a victim of a poor organization? Please share your honest thoughts in the comments section below. And if you think this narrative is crazy, watch the video on your screen right now, which reveals the financial truth about the WNBA's best talents. You won't believe what they're actually producing. Don't forget to sign up for more unvarnished truth.